Hi everyone, and welcome to the house at Pig Corner. Home to a herd of guinea pig boars who live free range in a large, secluded backyard. They've a warm shed where they can rest and sleep, but they're free to forage and roam the yard for most of the day. The usual suspects are first out of the door, with no sign yet of Dylan, most likely upstairs, or Harvey, who'll be watching on from somewhere safe, waiting for all the troublemakers to disappear. Duds and Gordon racing each other to get out the door first. And Cedric, who we'll take a good close look at today, as he doesn't seem to feature very much. So Dylan has in fact made it outside, although we didn't see him exit with the rest. He spends a lot of time with Gordon indoors, with the two of them seeming to share the middle and top floors. Presumably for peace and quiet, away from the rabble downstairs. So Cedric's a bit of an oddball. Twin brother of Percy, as I'm sure you know, and he spends a lot of time tagging along behind Piggly B. Usually second and third in the piggy train if Harvey's out and about. In his younger days, Cedric had a big falling out with Stanley, the albino, who ran the show for a good few months. I think Cedric started it all by taking a big chunk out of Stanley's ear, with Stanley getting his revenge by biting Cedric's paw. For a long while Cedric was fearful of coming into the shed at night, trying to avoid Stanley at all costs. I think eventually they settled down as best of enemies, but there's so much gone on since then it's hard to recall all of it. Anyway, it's all documented in the older videos. With this many boars living together, and with several new arrivals last year, the dynamics are constantly changing. Losses seem to affect the hierarchy too, and the big question at the moment is whether to look for new recruits to replace Pike and Dexter, or to leave things as they are and not risk rocking the boat. I think the reason they all like spending time behind the wire in the hedge area is because it offers a degree of protection. Plus there are still plenty of leaves behind there which they like. Most of the leaves have been cleared from the bank in the open areas, but there's still plenty to eat and rummage through in there. Well, Gordon didn't want to come outside at filming time today, so we've had to go looking for him indoors. He mostly hangs out upstairs, and here he is still trying to avoid the camera. He and Dylan have a nice cozy area which they seem happy enough to share. Although they do both like to sleep in the box on the left if the other hasn't already bagged it. And finally on to Amos and Albert, as we haven't seen them for a while. Just like the others, they love this narrow area between the playground and the hedge. That's not ivy Albert's eating, by the way, although there is some ivy in the hedge. They seem to have the sense not to eat it though, which is just as well. Although guinea pig forums suggest they usually don't suffer any ill effects from ivy as long as it's not too much. So this about wraps up another video, with everybody making an appearance today except Harvey. That's it for today then guys. But there will be more later in the week, hopefully featuring most of your favorite pigs. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio for now then. See you again soon.